Sincere apologies for the technical difficulties experienced earlier. This is the Jamaica and Caribbean Weekly News Summary for the week ending May 26, 2023. The Jamaica Weekly News Summary is brought to you by JAMAICANS.com. This week's top news stories. Jamaican Prime Minister gives up salary increase. Critics say this will not lessen public's anger. And Carl Samuda, Jamaican Labour Minister, resigns from cabinet. In regional news this week, government ban on plastic lunch boxes announced, making this week's top Caribbean news. Magnitude 6.6 earthquake hits Caribbean region. This week's top Jamaican diaspora news. Funeral of one of the last World War II pilots of the Caribbean attracts hundreds of mourners in London. Top business news this week. Spirit Airlines cancels Jamaican flights, but Frontier Airlines adds new flight to the island. Top arts and entertainment news. Chris Blackwell receives Polar Music Prize in Sweden. And in sports, Jamaican Sharika Jackson to compete at Diamond League in London in July 2023. Hi, I'm Dominique Mitchell, and now the news. Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness said that he has given up the huge salary increase provided to politicians previously announced in Parliament by Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark. Holness reported that his salary will remain at the current level of about 9 million rather than rise to nearly 29 million by April 2024. He made the decision following the public outrage when the massive increases were announced. However, the president of the Jamaican Manufacturers and Exporters Association, John Mafood, stated that Holness's decision will not lessen the public's anger over the huge salary hikes, and several civic organizations, including the Jamaican Council of Churches, are calling for the increases to be rolled back. On May 22, 2023, Holness said that he declined the salary increase to show a symbolic and truthful way that he understands the public's feelings about the amount of and timing of the increases. In the meantime, Minister of Labor and Social Security, Carl Samuda, 81, announces his resignation from the cabinet at a Labor Relations Awards banquet on May 19, 2023. His resignation took effect on May 22, 2023. Samuda told reporters in a radio interview that he had always intended to serve just 2 to 3 years after the 2020 general election. He said he is now giving Prime Minister Andrew Holness the chance to conduct a needed review and the opportunity to select a person of his choice to fill the position. Samuda will not be resigning his position as Member of Parliament for the North Central St. Andrew, however, a role in which he has served since 1980. Samuda was appointed Minister of Education, Youth and Information in 2020 and also served as Minister without portfolio with responsibility for education from March 2019 until June 2020. In regional news this week, the Jamaican government will impose a ban on the use of plastic lunchboxes as of December 31, 2023. The move is intended to facilitate the shift to a more sustainable option, according to Minister without Portfolio, Matthew Samuda. Eliminating such lunch boxes represents an extension of the current ban of single-use plastic items imposed in 2019, when the initial change related to styrofoam. However, businesses found another plastic solution that evaded the intent of the ban policy, so the extension scheduled for December 31 is intended to close that loophole. The news continues after this brief message. Are you ready to reach the world with your event, business, or product? This weekly news summary reaches over 12 million internet users. We invite you to become a sponsor today. Contact us at info@jamaicans.com. If you're just joining us, this is the Jamaica and Caribbean Weekly News Summary for the week ending May 26, 2023. Brought to you by Jamaicans.com. Top news in the Caribbean diaspora this week. A strong 6.6 earthquake struck in the Caribbean Sea near the border between Panama and Colombia, according to the United States Geological Survey. No immediate reports of injuries or damage were reported in the sparsely populated region to date. The quake center was 25 miles northeast of Puerto Obaldia in Panama at a depth of 6 miles. It was felt in the provinces of Darien, Gonayala, and West Panama in Panama. There was no tsunami warning. Residents in Medellin and Cali in Colombia felt that the shaking in the area of the Darien Gap, a sparsely populated jungle region that serves as a major land route for migrants traveling north of South America. Top news in the Caribbean diaspora this week. Hundreds of mourners attend the London funeral of Flight Sergeant Peter Brown, one of the last pilots of the Caribbean. Brown was born in Jamaica in 1926 and was a member of the group of the Afro Caribbean RAF volunteers to serve in World War II. He died at age 96 at his London home in December, according to reports from the United Kingdom's PA Media News Agency. The funeral was initially meant to be a modest ceremony, but an appeal by the local council to provide a more fitting send off captured the public's attention, and an appeal went out to search the globe for his relatives. Organizers were then flooded with requests to attend the service, and a new date and venue were rearranged to accommodate the crowds. The service was held at St. Clement Danes Church, a venue used by the RAF as a place of remembrance for individuals who served, with Brown's coffin draped in the Union flag. Many mourners came from thousands of miles away to pay their respects, including Brooke Alexander, one of Brown's relatives who traveled to London from Kingston, Jamaica to attend the funeral. In business news this week, Spirit Airlines has removed Jamaica from its list of direct flights to and from Hartford, Connecticut's Bradley International Airport and Montego Bay in Jamaica. The airline cited poor ticket sales as the reason for the canceled flight itineraries just 6 months following the implementation of the new route. The route was announced in the middle of December 2022. Spirit offers services from the northern and United States via JFK International Airport, in New York Liberty International Airport, and Logan International Airport. At the same time, Frontier Airlines has debuted an additional flight to Jamaica, which brings its number of flights from the US to the island to a total of 10. The new nonstop flight from Dallas Fort Worth International Airport in Texas to Sangster International Airport will operate 3 times per week. Jamaica's tourism minister, Edmund Bartlett, welcomed the new flight, the ninth frontier destination into Montego Bay, as supporting the strong performance of the nation's tourism industry following the downturn caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. In arts and entertainment news this week, the 2023 Polar Music Prize was presented to the founder of Island Records, Chris Blackwell, at a gala ceremony in Stockholm, Sweden on May 23, 2023. The prize includes an award of some US 57,000. Blackwell was recognized for the founding of the greatest independent record labels in the United Kingdom and for his influence in promoting Jamaica's music around the world for the past 50 years. After the presentation, Blackwell discussed the difficulties associated with creating music and its many rewards. He said that listening to others opens the way to understanding their many possibilities. He also said that he hoped people continue to make music and use music as a shared human endeavor that brings joy and delight and connects communities and generations in a language of harmony. That is what he wants his legacy to be, he added. Top sports news this week. Jamaica's 200-meter world champion runner and 5-time Olympic medalist Shericka Jackson will appear at the Wonder Diamond League competition scheduled for London on July 23, 2023. She will join a stellar lineup of athletes, including Dion Asher Smith, to compete in the women's 100-meter event. In April 2023, Jackson ran the 100-meter distance in 10.82 seconds. Following that, with a second place finish at the opening Diamond League event in Doha. In 2022, Jackson won a world silver medal in the 100 meters in Eugene, Oregon, prior to establishing a new personal best time of 10.71 seconds at the Diamond League in Monaco. This placed her in sixth place on the all-time world rankings for the distance. Jackson said she was delighted to be competing in London again, especially in the 100 meters. Thank you for listening to the Jamaica Weekly News Summary brought to you by Jamaicans.com. You can listen to this newscast again at Jamaicans.com. We invite you to become a weekly news summary sponsor today. Contact us at info@jamaicans.com.